Part of the narcissistic relationship cycle involves an eventual discard. The narcissist's inability to make strong commitments and get close to loved ones mean they will often discard you at some point. It's equally as likely, however, that they will come back into your life after doing so. That means you'll want to prepare for that likelihood, and you'll also need to heal your wounds. When the narcissist cuts you off, take steps to heal the effects of the emotional abuse you've endured by allowing yourself to grieve and taking the time to heal. You also need to prepare for when the narcissist comes back. That means shoring up appropriate boundaries and considering your response. Let's look at several things you need to do to recover from this toxic relationship. Step number 1, grieve. When you've suffered the loss of a relationship, no matter how good or bad it was, you need to take the time to grieve that loss. It's an important step, and that's particularly true when the relationship involved a narcissist. Narcissists make you feel absolutely worthless, and they can cause significant damage to your self-esteem. You need to recognize that and grieve for what you've been through. If you push the feelings you have about what happened aside, you won't be able to let them go. They will come back again and again, and they will cause problems for you in future relationships. To truly grieve, go into your feelings and let yourself experience them. Let yourself feel the pain and cry, and let yourself release that stored emotional energy that has been building up over the course of this relationship. It's only by truly letting yourself sit with your feelings that you can let them pass through you instead of sticking to you. Step number 2, process your feelings. It's critical to process your feelings to truly be able to let them go. Try this exercise to work through your feelings about the relationship that just ended. Pause this video to think about these steps as you need to. Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Focus on your breath and take 10 deep breaths that expand your chest and your belly. Now, bring your attention to the grief you feel over the loss of this relationship. Where do you feel that grief in your body? Breathe deeply into that part of your body. Now, identify the story you're trying to tell yourself about your grief. It might be something like, "I was so stupid. Why didn't I see what this person is truly like?" Challenge your negative beliefs about yourself. Are you really stupid? How could you have known you were being deceived? Our culture conditions us to blame ourselves when someone lies to us, but how can we know, and why would we? Why is it your fault? The answer to the previous question is that it's not your fault if someone is lying to you. They are the ones who made that choice, so stop carrying their baggage. It's time to let those feelings of self-blame leave your body. Now that you've identified these feelings, let them go. Envision them leaving your body as smoke rises from a dying fire. Watch as they pass through your body and move on. Take that child inside you who feels cheated into your arms, and let them know you will also tell them the truth and you will always be by their side. Feel the self-love flowing through you. Focus again on your breath and take 10 more deep, belly-expanding breaths. When you're ready, open your eyes. Do this exercise often until you feel you can move on. Step number 3, remember the good times. Now that you've processed your negative feelings about the relationship you had with the narcissist, it's time to remember what was good about it. There were good times, and those happened to you just like the bad ones. So take those in and let yourself smile when you remember them. Everything truly happens for a reason, so it's important to remember the fullness of the relationship. It wasn't only bad things that happened, and you shouldn't solely focus on the negative. Let yourself laugh at the fun times you shared, or feel the warmth of the tender moments when you felt loved. Those were real feelings on your side of the relationship, and you should enjoy them. Another trend in our culture is to assign black and white qualities to everything. If the relationship ended, it must have been all bad. But that's not true. No relationship is all bad or all good. There's a mix of good and bad in everything we experience in life. Your relationship with the narcissist ended, but when it was good, it was probably really good. Take that in too, because it helps you with the next important step in the healing process. Step number 4, take the lesson. Everything we experience in life, we experience for a reason. We learn something from it, and it makes us ready for the next stage in our life. That's why no relationship is a failure. It served its purpose, even if it didn't last. Ask yourself what you did learn from your relationship with this narcissistic person. Did you learn something about your boundaries? Did you learn something about what you really want from a relationship? Did you grow and become stronger? The answer to all those questions is yes. You learned what you expect from a relationship and what you will and will not put up with. You definitely became stronger, and you need to acknowledge what exactly you can take away from your relationship with the narcissist. As personality disorder expert Sherry Steins writes, perhaps the answer is that you should have left this person long ago because you saw red flags that you chose to ignore. It's helpful to write these insights down in a journal so you can reference them from time to time. It will help to stay focused on your needs and maintain your appropriate boundaries. It will help you treat yourself better in the future so you don't let yourself be drawn into the drama web of another narcissist. And step number 5, prepare for the narcissist's return. The final step in this process is to prepare yourself for the likely eventuality that the narcissist in your life will return someday. It's a common occurrence, but if that narcissist doesn't return, this will also help you to be prepared should you encounter another narcissist. To adequately prepare for that possibility, you'll want to ask yourself what you wish you would have paid attention to in the beginning stages of your relationship. Were there any telltale signs you might have seen as red flags? If you're honest with yourself, there were probably a few worrying signs that you brushed aside because everything else seemed so great. Make a list of those red flags and the emotions you had when those incidents occurred. Next, it's time to set the boundaries that you will enforce in any relationship. You need to determine your limits. Name them specifically. For example, one boundary might be name-calling. Write it down like this: I won't accept name-calling, even during an argument. Then determine what the consequence will be if that boundary is violated. For example, if someone begins to call me names, I will immediately leave the room and go somewhere I can calm down. I will not return to that conversation until that person has apologized and agreed to continue talking in a civilized manner. Do this for every boundary you determine to be appropriate for yourself. Then write out specifically how you will tell any future partner about your boundaries. Writing a script can help you say it in a kind but firm way. When the time comes to use this list, you can even make a copy for your partner. Being prepared will help you stick by your own rules and take proper care of yourself. Finally, it's not uncommon for a narcissist to cut off and discard you in an often cruel manner. They can make you feel utterly worthless and as though they never cared for you at all. It's a traumatic event, but it's one that brings a lesson for you for future relationships, including when the narcissist comes back. If you're going through a breakup with a narcissist, you're probably wondering if they do this to everyone. You need to watch the next video about why narcissists typically marry multiple times to see that it's a pattern for them. It has some great insight into how narcissists think and act. So go and watch that video next. Thanks for watching.